Okay, so we all recite this many times. Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Kamiso Michachara Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Musawada Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami Sura Meraya Majapamatatthana Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhiyami. Okay, Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami. All right, so everybody know the word samadhiyami, and you also gacchami. Gacchami refer to I. So, and samadhiyami, you see on the lesson 2, the last one. So it refer to I observe. Now, how are we going to change it to plural? Thomas, instead of I observe, we can change it to we observe.
Samadhiyama.
Okay, yes. So you can
So
copy the same thing. Yes, so we just change it to ma. And remember, first person, that means that me or ma, it should be long A. That's correct. So when you doing the 5%, let's say if you are observing with your family, like actually it's a good tradition in the Buddhist culture. Everybody should take precept together, like father, mother, children in front of Buddha statue. So at that time, instead of recite I, you can recite we, right? So imani pancha sikkhapadani samadhiyama. Imani pancha sikkhapadani samadhiyama. Imani pancha sikkhapadani samadhiyama. They make sense because the whole family, father, mother, children, and my grandfather, grandmother are taking precepts together. Now, so we go through this one. I think everybody's now. Viramani. Viramani, you see a lot of Viramani here. Viramani means abstain. Abstain, the meaning abstain. So you all can write down. I put a lot of space there, so you all should write down yourself abstain. Sikkhapada. Sikkha is training, so you can take it like a training route. Sikkha is a training. Pada, we take it as root. So samadhiyami means I observe. Now, pana, pana. You see this word pana. Sabe, sata, sabe, pana. Pana is being. No, the word pana is being. So pana, atipata. So literally the meaning of atipata means you make the being fall down. Means that make the life fall down. So you can open any dictionary. Yeah, okay. So it means killing, destruction, all right? So patipata. So the meaning is make the life fall down or killing. So pana is life or being. Now, pana sometimes I think we just put being is okay. Pana. Life also can, being also can. So now I always recommend you all to use dictionary because there are many dictionaries here. So sometimes we call it life, breath, or living being. So instead of you just remember one vocabulary, so remember few vocabulary. So every time you see pana, you remember it's a life, being, and living being. So that's the meaning of pana. P-A with the N dot, right? Pana. So literally, if you want to more correct in pronunciation, you need to roll your tongue with the N. Pana. Okay. So there's and atipata is a killing. So veramani is a abstain. And then the training rule, sikkhapada. Samadhiyami is I undertake or I observe. Right? Then the rest is quite easy. So first, when you remember you learn vocabulary like this, you pick up very fast because every time you recite Veramani is abstain, Sikkhapada is training rule. So in fact, we say Sikkha. Okay. Now, I think I'm not so sure how of you, maybe some of you know the meaning of Sikha. Sikha is normally called training. So sometimes we call it the Arahant is beyond the training. It's also to do with this word, training. Sometimes what kind of training? Sometimes you'll see in the sutta, they call it Adi Sila, Adi Chitta, Adi Panya. Training of Sila, morality. Training of Chitta, the mind, means concentration. Training of Panya is wisdom. So it still come back to the Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Okay, so we have Adi Sila, Adi Chitta, Adi Panya. So this is just some extra information. What the Sikha has is really mean training. Now, in Buddhism, compared to Buddhism, other religions is different. Other religions say you have to remember, you have to follow the God's wish, follow their rules, and if you disobey, the God are not happy with you. But in Buddhism, in Dharma, we are talking about it is our own practice or training. We train the mind. Okay, so we train the mind. Now, observing these are helping us to become a more better person. And by observing this, we are more compassionate to beings. Okay, so I shall welfare for all the beings. And not stealing means you should be honest and delight in sharing and so on. Now, adinadana. So you all know the word dana. Okay, everybody know the word dana. Dana means give. Okay. So now if you put something in front, okay. Now opposite of give will be take. Okay. Take grasping, right? So this means that when you dana, so if you put something in opposite, dana is take, right? So take. Now, adina means not given. So literally, we say stealing. What's the meaning of stealing? Stealing means somebody take what is not given. Okay. So adina dana means take what is not given. So that's a literary meaning. And it really explains the Pali word. Pali word explain the meaning very clearly. Now, so we have to recite adina dana. You have to recite adina dana because there's a long A here. If you recite adina dana, you recite wrongly. Okay? You should recite adina dana. If you recite adina dana, this means that you don't recite the long A. It has the meaning of you give. You give what is not given. Right? So instead of you give what is not given, we should recite adina dana means we take what is not given. All right? Clear? So remember, you have to recite adina dana, not adina dana. So that's a now kamesu. Now karma. Karma is there are two Pali words. One is karma, another one is karma. Karma is like a sequence. Okay, sequence. Karma is a sensual desire, or here is a sensual okay, we can take it as sensual desire also. Okay. Now, so literally means or sensual object also. Okay, now micha. Like micha diti. Micha means wrong. Okay. Now, so let's see. Achara. Achara can be conduct, behavior, practice. Okay, so you have the word achara. So with the word achara. So literally means this one means so sexual. Micha is miss. Okay, miss. Achara is conduct. Okay, so it's literally misconduct in sexual activities. All right. So really the meaning is for what I mean literally in ancient time it will be if those who are married they should now have an extramarital affair. And now with the modern society people are not married. So but if they have life partner, so let's say they are committed with one boyfriend, with one girlfriend, then they should not look for another boyfriend, another girlfriend. Even at that time when they are supposed to be in relationship, they should not have looking for another partner. sexual partner. Okay, that's the meaning here. Okay. Now, Musa, Wada. Now, Wada, you all see the word Theravada, right? Okay. Wada is a Wada can have few meanings. One is a theory or speaking theory, speech, and so on. Okay, let's see if we are talking about Thera, Wada. So it is more like we normally would say teaching or theory of the elder. So here, but here Musa is a force, Wada is a speech, right? So this means that Wada have few meaning. Wada, why we call it teaching or theory? Because it's the words of the elder. Literally, the Wada means it's the words. Last time, how do people learn? They listen to the words of the elder. So it's like passing from one generation to another generation. Because literally, when they started of the Buddhism, there are no written texts at all. It only exists later, much more few hundred years later, when the texts are written. So people are listening to the speech. Okay. Now, so Wada here means beside the teaching theory here means Wada means force. Musa Wada, force speech. Force speech means telling lies. Now, okay, now what is a false speech? So, I mean, if you want to be very strict in your keeping the 5%, including like slandering, telling lies, of course, then will be harsh speech. Another is gossip. So we should avoid for all this. That's why when in a meditation center or you are doing meditation seriously, you should not talk too much. Because the moment you talk, definitely your mind will be enjoy the talking. That's the reason why when they are practicing meditation, they notice that the mind is talking non-stop. The mind actually literally our mind enjoy talking. So we enjoy listen to people's talk and we enjoy repeat what people are talking. So if you want to keep this precept very well in meditation, should also noble silence. Okay, opposite will be silence. Okay, so that's a best way to have very good morality. So remember when Buddha say observe 5%. Now the problem is when people say you cannot observe 5%, you only can observe 4%. When today we are a little bit chatting here. Sorry, a little bit. Okay, now what if you cannot observe 5%? And then people say, oh, you cannot observe 5%, let me observe 4%. Do you encourage them or do you not encourage them? What do you think? Anybody say, no, you get 4% is better than, or try your best to get 4 instead of 5. What do you all think? Anybody say, okay, Sister Kahong, what is your opinion if people ask you this question? People ask you, I cannot get 5%, I only want to get 4%. How will you advise them, Sister Kahong?
Thank you, Saiji.
Mm.
Oh, because the fifth precept is talking about taking drugs or liquor that dilute our mind. So because sometimes delusion of the mind is the one that causes us to act not correctly, like the first precept, taking life, taking things not given, or the sexual misconduct, or even harsh speech. All these can be caused when we are heedless, in the sense that we don't know what we are doing. So
So we have to keep this as well.
yes, fifth precept is important.
Yeah, 3% is important, right? Yes. So we should try to keep. Okay. Now, if people tell you that they cannot keep all the 5%, now your answer should be, how should you give the answer, Sister Kahong? If they say that they cannot try, you should tell them that they should try.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
should try.
they should try. They should try their best.
Should take the effort. Should
Yes,
take
yes,
effort to
yes.
try. Yeah.
Should make the effort. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take the effort to try.
because remember we are talking about this sikha pada. No, everybody, you all look at the panati pada, but you forget this word. This word is very important in Buddhism. They are talking about sikha pada means it's a training. It's a training because nobody can observe 5% absolutely unless they are enlightenment. When they reach enlightenment, that means they become a noble person. The stage of Sotapanna, they be able to keep 5% for the rest of their life. Even next life, when they are born, they will keep 5%, very pure. But everybody will be, those who are not enlightened will be under Sikkhapada, training. Okay, training. So even people say they cannot keep all five, you should tell them that you all should try your best. Okay, so the answer is try your best. So the answer it will be try the best to observe or to train in 5%. Okay. Okay, thank you, Sister Hong. Okay. Right. Now then people have no excuse. They say they cannot practice. Then if people make the effort to try, everybody can practice this one. Okay, because everybody can try their best. Right, sorry. Okay, let's go for, okay, now this is warm up already. Let's go for the lesson one. Okay, sorry, lesson 3 now. Now we're on the future tense, so we already finished the first lesson, second lesson now. Future tense is not so difficult. It's more on the, you just put this one, isa, sa here. Now, sometimes when we put this bracket here, if you notice it, it means that optional. What's the meaning optional? Optional means sometimes it will be isati. Sometimes will be sasati. Sometimes maybe depends on context, it will be. Sometimes you also can come out like this. Okay. Okay. So anyway, so it's better I put like this. Isati, it can be isati or I is optional, means a sati only. All right. So we can translate will or shall. Normally, for the first person is like I shall go, we shall go. But now with the modern language, everybody say I will go, you will go. Okay. Right. So it's a present tense. Like remember present tense gacha, and then you put the isa will be gachisa. So we pronounce it gachisa. Right. So gachisa. Now it's still T and D sita mima. So I told you all this. Remember when you wake up, if people wake you up, they say, can you recite the, how do we call it? We have one Pali word, we call it conjugation. I didn't write down your, okay, conjugation. Well, okay, so we call it verb conjugate. Conjugate means if people ask you, can you conjugate the gachati in future tense? Conjugate. So you should say gachisati, gachisati, gachisasi, gachisata, gachisami, gachisama. Right? So how you remember is still T and D sita mima. You put gacha plus isa, so you got the gachisa. So based on gachisa, then you put the T. Gachisa, you put the NT. Gachisa, you put the C. Gachisa plus a ta. Gachisa, put the mi. But remember, first person, you must have long A. Alright? Singular, plural must be long A. Okay, let's Maggie, Neo, can you recite?
Gachisati, gachisanti, gachisasi, gachisata, gachisami, gachisama.
Okay. Pram Kumar, can you close your eyes and recite without looking at the text?
Gachisami, Gachisama, Gachisasi, Gachisata, Gachisati, Gachisanti.
Can you start with the T and T? Follow the table. T and T sitamima.
Oh,
Gachisati first. Yeah.
okay. Gachisati, Gachisanti, Gachisasi, Gachisata, Gachisama, gachisami.
Gachisami, gachisama.
Gachisa.
Okay, good. All right. So, Danish oil. Is the Danish oil here? Okay. Now, so I stop sharing. So we look at the Danish oil. Are you here? Okay. If not, the Elaine Kusun. Can you recite? Yes. Gachi sati, sirs.
Gachi sati, gachi santi, gachi sasi, gachi satha, gachi sami, gachi sama.
Okay, good. All right. So, Elaine Neo, can you recite also? Put the hand together. Yes.
Gachi sati, gachi santi, gachi sasi, gachi sata, gachi sami, gachi sama.
Okay, but between the gachi sasi, gachi sata, you no need to pause because it's a not long A, So gachi sati, gachi santi, gachi sasi, gachi sata, gachi sami, gachi sama. All right? Okay. Next person. So I want you all to familiarize this and Guat Chin Chua. Yes. Can you recite? Cannot hear you. Cannot hear you. Yes. Okay, I think we still cannot hear you. Okay, never mind. We still cannot hear. Never mind. All right. So you all have to remember gachi sati, gachi santi, gachi sasi, gachi sata, gachi sami, gachi sama. Okay. Now I will say this. Okay, I will stop sharing. So I will say in Pali. You all tell me. Okay. Gachi sasi. Anybody? You can just unmute. Gachi sasi. What is this one?
You will go.
You will go.
Gachi
You will
sata.
go.
You all
You all
will
All
will
will
go.
go.
Gachi sami.
I go.
I will
Shall
go.
go.
Gachi
will go.
sama.
We
We will go.
Go.
We will go.
Gachi santi.
They will
They
go.
They
will
will
go.
go.
Okay,
will
all right,
go.
thank you. So it's very easy. Okay, so now for the next one is they say. They say means like the Buddha expound. Okay, so you can see the word they say. Now here you notice it's become E. Why become E? Because the original form is they say. All right, they say. So you put the they say and you put a sub. Okay. So let's say for present tense will be present tense. Present tense will be they say did. Now future will be you put the they say and you put the sub, and then you put the did. Okay. So you got the they say did. Right. So you all now can write down yourself in Pali. Pali and English. Write down on your own
They
those.
say,
Yeah, you all can write down now. Okay, write down. I give you time to write down because you all want this class to be slow. So write down yourself.
Say. Say.
Okay, so write the Pali and English also. Pali, English. After you finish, you check your answer with my answer. So for first person, you can put I will or I shall. Okay. Okay. Okay, now, Thomas, you finish, you can read the Pali.
Desessati, desessanti, desessasi, desessata, desessami, desessama.
Okay, try again, faster, do it faster.
Desessati, desessanti, desessasi, desessata, desessami, desessama.
Okay, is it easy? Easy or not? Yes, right?
It's not difficult, but it's still not automized in my brain.
Okay, all right. Okay, so this is sati, this is santi, this is sasi, this is sata, this is sami, this is sama. You have to recite again until it become kind of like spontaneous, you know. Okay, Sister Chai, can you recite Pali?
Okay.
Sister, yes.
This is Sati, this is Santi, this is Sasi, this is Satta, this is Sami, this is Sama.
Okay, close your eyes and try.
Okay. This is Sati, this is Santi, this is Sasi, this is Satta, this is Sami, this is Sama.
Okay, so is it easy or difficult?
In sequence, quite okay, but if let's say jumble out, a bit difficult.
Okay. All right, thank you. Teresa, can you recite? Close your eyes also. Yeah.
This is Sati, this is Santi, this is Sami, this is Sata, this is Sami, this is Sama.
Try again.
This is Sati, this is Santi, this is Sasi, this is Sata, this is Sami, this is Sama.
Okay, so because this is short A, all these are short A, so you all should be desesati, you know, desesati, no need desesati, because some of you try to put the T, so you all make it a little bit long here, but you just desesati, desesanti, desesasi, desesata, desesami, desesama, okay? All right, thank you. All right,
Thank you.
okay. Right, so I think this is not so difficult. So let's go for next one. Now, Aruhati Krimo. So you just now this is a sandwich just now. So you just put you put the word Aruha, then you put the Isa here. But when you put Isa, you have to minus the A. Okay, minus the A. So it become Aruhisa. Then you put the T, all right? So you all put the pronoun here. Okay, now I want you to put the pronoun. Remember, so, sa, what is the pronoun for here? They, all right? Then remember, you have to put the pronoun, first person pronoun, the aham, mayam, tuam, tumhe. You all remember? The pronoun you all see in the previous lesson? This one. Okay, so, sa, te, tuam, tumhe, aham, mayam. Right? So, right here, write the aruhati with the personal pronoun. Okay, so the task 8 personal pronoun. Please write down now. Try. So, sa, te, tuam, tumhe, aham, mayam. Write down. You can refer to your previous page. That's why it's a better print out, you know, not just keep everything in your head, you know. Our head is so busy with so many things. Okay. For those printout, you're all right. Well, I also do the typing here. Okay. Write down the Pali. After that, the English with the personal pronoun. So, sa, te, tuam, tumhe, aham, mayam. Okay. And write the English also. Okay. After you write and check your answer again, my answer. Okay, now next person will recite will be your sister your Hoi check. Okay. Yeah, you can read first. Look at the screen and read. Yes. You need to unmute. Yes. Unmute. Yes. Okay. Yes. You can start with Sosa.
Okay, can hear because my screen
Yes.
is a bit. Okay.
Okay. Can hear.
Yeah. So sa aruhi sati, te aruhi santi, tuam aruhi sasi, tumhe aruhi sata, aham aruhi sami, mayam aruhi sama.
Okay. Is it easy? More difficult, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saji, actually, I'm not sure when the middle wording, when it changed to aruhati, changed to aruhi. So I'm not sure when change the A from A to he, the middle word.
Middle word.
Mm.
Middle word. This one?
They say aruhati, yes. Aruhati. And then now when I read the third person, I have to say sosa aruhi sati. So
Santi, right? Yes.
yeah. So how do I know that I have to change from aruhi, the middle word
Which middle word?
aruhi,
You may talk aruhi sati to aruhi santi. Are you talking about this one?
aruhati to aruhi sati.
Oh, this
Let's
is
say
a
the
future. This is a future tense. Future tense.
yeah, yes, but the aru, because original is aruhati.
Yes.
A
Yes.
future tense because of the
Yeah, future tense will be aruhisa. Aruhisa is a future. Yes.
aruhisa.
Yeah, because today we are learning the future tense. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that means
Okay.
okay.
Yes.
So later I'll ask Saiji. Thank you.
Okay, we are in future tense today. All right. Yes, Teresa, you want to ask some question? Yes. Okay. Okay, now. All right, so how you recite is you start with this one first. Aruhisati, aruhisanti. Aruhisasi, aruhisata. Aruhisami, aruhisama. So when you are very fluent with this one, then you put the personal pronoun. Personal pronoun means so, sa, te, tuam, tumhe, aham, mayam. All right? So you start with this one. Aruhisati, aruhisanti. Aruhisasi, aruhisata. Aruhisami, aruhisama. So when you're very good with this one, then you put so aruhisati, te aruhisanti. Tuam aruhisasi, tumhe aruhisata. Aham aruhisami, mayam aruhisama. Okay. Suganda, yes, you can recite.
Aruhisati, sorry.
Yes.
So sa aruhisati.
Open your eyes. It's a little bit
Okay.
difficult. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. So sa aruhisati, te aruhisanti, tuam aruhisasi, tumhe aruhisata, aham aruhisami, mayam aruhisama.
Okay, all right. So you all practice at home, because I know it's difficult, but at least you need to get Pali is a language, so you all must remember the language. Okay, Roseanne, can you recite all together the personal pronoun with the future tense, Roseanne?
Sosa, is it?
Yeah, so, sa,
Sosa aruhisati, te aruhisanti, tuang aruhisasi, tumhe aruhisata, aham aruhisami, mayam aruhisama.
oh, okay, you're closing your eyes. Oh, very good. That's very good. Okay, can you recite with the personal pronoun? Try your best. Close your eyes if possible.
Oh. Sosa aruhisati, te aruhisanti, tuang aruhisasi, tumhe aruhisata, ahang aruhisami, mayam aruhisama.
Okay, thank you. Because she learned Pali from Sumita and also before. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so you all just take it as your homework. Try to remember this by heart. Chant without looking at the screen or without looking not. So first, remember you must get this right first. Aruhisati, aruhisanti, aruhisasi, aruhisata, aruhisami, aruhisama. So when you get this right, then you put the so sa aruhisati, te aruhisanti. Okay, toa aruhisasi, tumhe aruhisata, aham aruhisami, maya aruhisama. Yes, Rachel, want to ask something?
Yes. For this, let's say the third persons, for female and male, is there any different in the declinations?
In the
He or
conjugate.
she, right?
No,
So
it's same,
yeah,
same. T is always
it's the
third
same.
person, yes.
So
Okay.
for this case, it will not matter whether the female or male,
No.
because we're
Even
talking
like,
about the verbs.
yes. Even let's say let's say for a monkey, it will divide to male monkey or female monkey, right? So even the male monkey, female monkey, they will use the same thing, aruhisati. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So meaning masculine or feminine, it will be the
Yes.
same.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now you all need to write down the third one. Okay, try to write down by yourself without I will show later, but you all try to write down first. Okay. Now we are using the piwa. Okay. Piwa is drink. Okay. Piwa ti is a present tense. So now piwa you put the isa. So you got piwisa. Piwisati. Okay. Piwisati. Then you write down all. Just need to copy and then you also need to put the personal pronoun. So we put the third person first. Piwisa, piwisanti. Piwisasi, piwisata. Piwisami, piwisama. So after we write down, put the personal pronoun. Okay, try to write down first. Right, for those who are writing down, and Okay, Pram Kumar, can you recite the whole thing? Yes.
So sa bhavisati te bhavisanti. Tvam bhavisasi tumhe bhavisata. Aham bhavisami mayam bhavisama.
This is a piwa, you know, piwati. Not pawi. Piwati, you know, drink. Okay. So pivisati, not pawasati, pivisati.
Bhavisat.
Okay. Okay. Pivisati. So sa pivisati te pivisanti. Tuam pivisasi tumhe pivisata. Aham pivisami mayam pivisama. Like this. Okay. All right. So Emily, you want to try to recite, Emily? Yes.
So sa pivisati te pivisanti tuang pivisasi tumhe pivisata ahang pivisami mayang pivisama.
Okay. Right. So you all can just recite and try to recite closed eyes, you know. So you'll be familiar with the first person, second person, third person in present tense. Or you even like this, you can change to present tense. What is present tense? Piwati. Okay. So sa piwati, te piwanti, tuam piwasi, tumhe piwata, aham piwami, mayam piwama. So you can change it to present tense or change it to future tense with the sa is sa. Okay. Try at home as exercise. Okay, now I want you all to refer to Pali Easy because I send you all. This is a very good reference book. So refer to this book actually is written by Ananda Maitreya. He lived up to the age of 102. At the age of 90 years old, he still learned computer. He's a very learned monk, and during the Sixth Buddhist Council in 1950, he leads a group of monks from Sri Lanka to attend the Sixth Buddhist Council. So he's a very famous and very humble monk, and he's the teacher of Bhikkhu Bodhi. You all know that Bhikkhu Bodhi write lots of book, translator. He's this one. So this book actually was taught to Western people when he was in England. Okay, so this book actually is a very systematic. So I find it's a very nice book to read it. Now you can refer to this because when I taught the basic class for the 2 years in the past, I actually use all the lesson here. So you can find lesson 1. There's a future tense. There are some more example with the dawati, dawanti, dawasi, dawata, dawami, dawama. Okay, present tense. And then the second lesson is also present tense with the kinati, kinanti, kinasi, kinata, kinami, kinama. So this is a good book if you want to learn in detail by yourself. So third lesson is also present tense. Atik, santi, asi, ata, asmi, ami, asma. There are also buti, buwanti, busi, buta, bumi, buma. Hanati or hanti, kids, hananti. Hanasi, hanada, hanami, hanama. So once you know the present tense, you notice it's same with the ti, anti, sitami. Okay, with the ti, anti, sitami. Same. So if you got time, you can study by yourself. And there's also exercises. A, translate to Pali, or B, from the Pali, you translate to English. So try to do, because at the end of the book, there are some answer given. Now, personal pronoun on lesson 4. So by follow this introduction Pali, you already reached the lesson 4. So, sa, so, te, tuam, tumhe, aham, mayam, hamhe. All right, so this is the one. Now, we are on the lesson 5. That is according to this Pali Made Easy. There's a future tense with isati, isanti, isasi, isata, isami, isaba. So this is also another way to recite. Just recite the isati, isanti, isasi, isata, isami, isaba. Vivati. Right? Okay. So this is a third one. So you look at the Pali means it also gives example. Davisati, davisati, davisasi, davisata, davisami, davisama. So then you put the personal pronoun. So davisati, te davisanti. Tuam davisasi, tumhe davisata. Aham davisami, mayam davisama. Okay. And there's also some example given here. If you are using the they say as found, so they say sati, they say santi. From they say sasi, tumhe they say sata. Mayan they say sami, aham they say sami, mayan they say sa. Alright, so this book is good. We call it reference book, so you can read. Now, with the root of karo, karo means I do. So instead of putting the I, instead of putting the O, you just put the isa. So you drop the O here, you got the karisa. Karisati, karisanti. Karisasi, karisata. Karisame, karisama. Then you put the so. So karisati, te karisanti. Tuam karisasi, tumhe karisata. Vayan karisami, aham karisami, maya karisama. Okay, so I hope you all can learn this book by yourself, print out and follow the exercises. And there are many very good examples given here. So we can see the example. There's here, there are a lot of vocabulary. But because since this is the introduction to Pali, I will not go through the whole book. So you all can just try to print the book and read by yourself. Okay, now, so we go back. Just now, it just refer to Pali, make it easier. Okay, now we are going to study something interesting. We call it link between languages. Now, why we study this? Because we need to know the concept of language is not just applied to something, because people thought that Pali is a dead language. It's not used. But actually, Pali we can find in chanting. We also can find Pali language. Pali is an Indian language. It exists in other like Malay words and so on. Now, what is Malay? I mentioned Malay because most of people here is from Malaysia. So Malay is an Australian language, okay? It's a not direct descent from Pali, but it borrowed heavily from Pali and Sanskrit because Malay, during the last time, Silk Road, people know the Silk Road, or when the people from China and in India, they go traveling to India, and Indian people go to China. So Malaysia is a stop place. So when they stop there, and then they bring their own language. Okay, so then there are some changes and so on. Right, for example, Bahasa, Bahasa. You can see that Sanskrit is always, we call it more complicated language. Bahasa, okay, with the S dot. Pali will be easier, Bahasa. Malay is even easier. So, yeah, Malay Bahasa. You just put the A in between the B and H. So Sanskrit will bumi, Pali will be bumi, Malay will be bumi. Okay. Sanskrit is called dukkha. So Pali will be, instead of duk H sound, is actually assimilated, means make it easier to pronounce, will be dukkha. Malay will be dukkha. So guru is quite sad. So even the Malay sama. So Pali is called, Sanskrit is samsara, same with the Pali. And Malay is sangsara. And Pali is a Baya, Malay word is Bahaya. And then Sanskrit with the S with the kind of like dot in the both, Akasa. Pali with Akasa, Malay with Angasa. Okay, and then Sanskrit Rajan. So this one, Manusha, and the SY become Manusa. Pali, Malay word Manusya. Right? So Bacha, Pali Vachati. Sanskrit Bhaga, Vibhajati Pali. Puja, you know the word puja from the Sanskrit word puja, pujeti Pali. So nari from the Pali word nachati. So this means that when we cross study the Pali, then is a Pali is not just an isolated language because we can find the trace in the Malay and also Sanskrit. Okay, now we will go through the language here. So if you want to very good, so you pick up anything like Deseti, maybe Deseti with C already. You can pick out like Dameti, you know. Dameti here, you write down yourself like Dame. Now remember it's a E already. So when there's E, we don't need to change it to I. Okay, it's wrong. So you just change it to Dame-san, right? So you can write future tense by yourself. So I encourage you all try. At least pick up few. So Ukipati, you can change it to future tense. Dawati, you also can change it to future tense. So try to write five. Choose five, right? And you can send to me. If you are wrong, I will correct it in the WhatsApp group. Okay? Try to choose five. So I don't pick for you, so you all pick by yourself. Okay, choose five and little bit hardworking lah. Because I don't want to enforce it. For the certificate, I only promise that there will be one exam. Because sometimes I tell them there will be homework, people get scared. So I only promise you there's one exam, but all this homework is optional. You can choose five, like that as future tense or present tense also can. Yes?
So G, the Davati is a long A, DHA, long A.
Okay, yeah, Dawati. Yeah, I think Sumita also correct me in the past, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Dawati. Thank you very much. Right, so Dawati. All right. So we will just break 5 minutes here. So leave it as a homework. You can either write present tense or future tense. Choose 5 words. Make a conjugated table. That means that you also need to write personal pronoun like aham, mayam, and so. So we break 5 minutes here.